Oh, hello there. Yes, well, a new week beckons. Come hither, it says, and hither I'm coming, indeed, yes. Well, you may have noticed yesterday there was another one of those shock horror polls that show all young people everywhere, despite what Zoe Strimble thinks, are flocking to reform. Yes, a poll in the Sunday Mail, backed up by Matt Goodwin. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Mail on Sunday comment. At last, a reckoning for the liberal elite's woke brainwashers. Yes, take that, me and my spurious notions. I just work with young people. No idea what they think whatsoever. I'm certainly not down with the kids. Not like, for example, Matt Goodwin. Pollster Matt Goodwin. Yeah, he knows a thing or two about polls, doesn't he? So here we go. Shift in teenage voters' attitudes reflects their profound sense of betrayal. Yeah, the older people, not him, but me, not the Daily Mail, not Zoe Strimble, but me, have let the kids down. Boo and hiss on my part. Boo and hiss, yes, indeed. And it's worthwhile just having a look slightly at what exactly it was the young people, those under the age of 18, are saying, right? So reform surges in MOS, that's the Mail on Sunday for the hard of thinking. Poll, how 16 and 17-year-olds say they would vote. Yeah, reform, 30%. Good grief, 30%. Look at it. Yeah, Labour, 30. Well, okay, it's about equal. But anyway, Green, Liberal Democrats and Tories are way down there. Yeah. Is immigration too high? Yes, say 51% of them. Bring back the death penalty? Yes, say 42% of them. Parents of 16, 17-year-olds, is your child ready to vote in the general election? No, say the majority of them. There you go. You can't argue with the numbers, can you? Oh, I stand here, well, arguing with the numbers, don't I? Of course I do. Yes, let's look at exactly what's going on here with the Mail, shall we? No such luck, for as the Mail has done some public polling on the actual opinions, bear that in mind, kiddies, actual opinions of 16-year-olds, and its results are spectacular and surprising. Yes, prepared to be spectacled and surprised. Yes, a new politics is coming into being here and abroad, and the rising generation turns out to be more resistant to woke indoctrination than almost anybody expected. Yeah, not Matt, because he knows about polls, doesn't he? He can go on most social media like GB News or Talk TV or sometimes even Question Time, and he tells it exactly like it is, because he's a man that knows about polls, and he's not a political actor for a nasty, anti-progressive group of elitists. He wouldn't be that man, would he? Oh no, he wouldn't do that. He's down with you, down with me, and down with the kids. Reform UK's leader, Nigel Farage, has long wondered whether he was reaching this group, and the Mail Sunday's exclusive poll conducted by Find Out Now, we'll come back to them in a second, has largely borne out his beliefs. The broader Farage surge since Labour took power has been particularly pronounced amongst teenagers. The poll was conducted by asking parents of 16 and 17-year-olds how their children are likely to vote. Yes, and you... Oh, hang on, what was that? They didn't actually ask young people. Never mind. If you go on the polling company site, I'm sure they can clear this up. So, of course, I did. I went on the polling company's site, and there's the actual poll that they did. Because, they're a reputable organisation, and they wouldn't put up numbers which gittish people like me would then query. So, if we look at exactly who they asked, okay, what they did was they asked a group of young adults, many Gen Z, so 18, 19, etc., not 16, 17, we'll come on to that, but don't worry about it, various questions, and so you can see some of the answers here. For example, efforts to promote equality have gone too far and now discriminate against certain groups, and you can see that Gen Z there are a lot more progressive than Gen Z, okay, just generically speaking, the 18, 19, not the 16-year-olds that the Daily Mail definitely asked, well, their parents anyway, but I'm sure their parents know their kids extremely well, in ways that I just can't possibly, but Matt does, and the Mail on Sunday, and their parents do, and they've ended up with, well, numbers that are quite different, but I'm sure in immigration and the other ones they'll be the same. So do you think immigration should be reduced? And you see that, yes, the majority of Gen Z are more progressive than the older people by quite a margin. Still, I'm sure, there would be, no, the death penalty doesn't either. Of course it doesn't. No. No, what the Daily Mail have done is they've asked the company to very quickly do a poll to a group of people that they can't reach, because it's, for a number of different reasons, very unethical to try and get hold of young people and find their views. It's a minefield of ethical issues, and a reputable company, not Matt Goodwin, you understand, because he doesn't really care about these things. He's a, stooge for the establishment, doesn't really care about it, and he must know how dodgy this poll is. Anyway, you do now, don't you? Yeah, very, very dodgy poll. You can't expect parents to be able to know what their children's political opinions on various things are, and their kids will just go, yeah, well, you suppose you're right, I don't care, can I go now? Right? Absolutely farcical in so many different ways, but mainly, I think, neatly pointing out what a deeply, deeply dishonest actor in this whole thing Matt Goodwin is. I am sorry, but if he tells you it's raining, you need to go outside and get very wet just to make sure, all right? Okay, do whatever you do with anything that he says, or indeed the Mail on Sunday, do have a good look outside. Absolutely farcical. No, young people are not backing reform. Basically, reform are mopping up votes that would otherwise have gone to young people that would have voted Tory. And if there's one group of people that are likely to move on from that, by God, it's somebody under the age of 20, because once they realise quite how wonderful the world of work is that has been created by our beautiful dominant elites, as personified by the Reform Party, they will probably change their minds. Oh dear. Now, was that too harsh of me on Matt Goodwin? Nah, wasn't, was it? Deeply, deeply dishonest actor. Anyway, do have a glorious start to the week. I'm sure you will. Remember, if you want to find out anything, don't bother asking people themselves. Don't bother asking people that know things. Ask somebody that either is going to guess or will simply not like the answers they get and find ways round it. Enjoy.